This is Callie Collins, Chief Product Officer with Optimality, and today we're going to be talking about the Standard Process Library. Each organization in Optimality has their own standard process library that they can build out with any recurring workflows that their organization has. These can be tagged to specific types of projects or endeavors, and the activities within each of these standard processes can also be tagged with organization standard master data. So I'm going to walk through how to go about doing that. So to start, let's go ahead and take a look at organization standard master data. So up here in organization settings and in your master data tab, you are able to customize organization standard master data. This is similar to the standard process library, your organization's master data library. So any of the endeavors can pull from this organization's standard master data library and bring these fields into their endeavors. These are also the master data that is available in the standard process library. And the reason for that is because that standard process library sits at an organization level. So therefore, you need to have the organization standard master data, not the master data that has been customized for each individual endeavor. So for this one, you can see that I have a discipline master data, and I've listed out my construction disciplines here as an example. You are also able to create not required master data at the organization level. If you do that, endeavors can pull that into their endeavor, but it is not usable by the standard process library. I've also created phase, and this one I've also built out with some different construction phases as well. This is the endeavor that I'm going to be using as our demo. And for this endeavor, I have put into my endeavor settings and my master data, and I've brought in that discipline master data, but I have not brought in the standard for phase. When this is brought in from the organization standard, you can see the master data here, but it's no longer editable because it is directly pulling it from that organization standard library. And if it's updated there, it reflects onto all endeavors that it was brought into. So now we're going to go ahead and get started with creating an activity for our concrete that I want to expand from the standard process library. So I'm going to call this concrete foundation for, let's see, equipment ABC. And I'm going to put that in area 1, and you'll see it is already defaulted to that concrete discipline here. So that was the default that was selected for the concrete discipline. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that one and put that there. I'm going to give that to my area 1 construction team here. And then I'm going to assign that to, we'll assign this to Marcus. Okay, and let's go ahead and create that activity. Okay, so here we are. And then after we do that, let's go ahead and create an additional activity. So I right-clicked and add successor, and I'm going to create one now for piping as well. Piping for equipment ABC. Okay. And then that one, you can see it defaulted to Marcus because I created it from the previous. It also kept that concrete discipline. We'll change that here in a minute, but I'll change that one over to me. And then I'm going to put that one on piping. Okay. So now I'm going to create that activity as well. So this first one here, the concrete foundation, I will right click that and I'm going to expand it from the library. So now we're going into our organization's standard process library, and you can see it is already pre-filtered to standard processes with concrete included in it. I can remove that filter if I want to, just to show you what that looks like. You can see all the standard processes that we have. But it does help you try to find the standard process that you may need. And that is the one that I'm going to go ahead and bring in. So this is now importing into our endeavor. Takes just a moment. And now let's go ahead and scroll down and see if we can find that. So there it is. So this is the one that we just brought in. And you can see on here that it did retain that name, the concrete foundation for, and then it kind of cuts it off if it's a little too lengthy. That was kind of a lengthy one. And then the title is now replaced by the title that's on those activities that was inside the standard process library. So if I open any of these ones up, you can see it's still assigned to Marcus. And it has now replaced the discipline that I brought in before with civil. So it has brought that activity into here. And it will also state that it has from that concrete foundation for equipment ABC. And maybe that's too lengthy for me. So now I just want to call this foundation, and let's do equipment. We'll abbreviate this here, equip ABC. Okay. And so now I can go ahead and update that. And you can see that it changed my parent title on all of these ones here. I'm also going to go ahead and expand out my piping for the equipment ABC. And on this one, I'm going to open it up and take a look. I'm going to assign this to area 1. And then I'm going to take a look down here, and this is where I will actually expand that from the standard process library. So there's a couple different ways to go about doing this. Okay. This one it did not find because I had some other master data assigned. So let's take a look here. But this is the one that I want to expand by. So when I import that one into my Endeavor as well, now you can see it's loading here. And I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go find that activity as well. So now that one's over here. And these are the items that I brought in. So again, it has equipment or piping for equipment ABC at the top. And if I open any of these up, it has also brought in a phase. So what happened there is in that standard process, I had a phase assigned to it. So if you remember our organization standard library for master data, it had both discipline and phase. Phase was used on here. Because it was brought in with the phase, it's not editable because I don't have that phase master data pulled into this Endeavor. If I was to pull that phase master data into the Endeavor and reopen the activity, it will then become an editable field, just like discipline, so that I can change that if I need to customize that for my Endeavor. And it kept my name on there as well. And so now if I wanted to bring in and expand any of these further, let's go ahead and just pick one of these at random. So I will expand this one from the standard process library as well. And maybe I want to expand it again by piping further. I'm going to bring this one in just to show you what it does with that parent title. So now that parent title on that activity, let's go find it right down here again. It has now expanded that out further. And if I open one of these, it has appended it as well. So it took that original parent title that we had, piping for equipment C, and I expanded out install spooled piping. It has now appended install spooled piping up into the parent title, and it has replaced it with the new title that I brought in from the standard process library. I also can click this up here, and I can go ahead and edit that to customize it however I may want to do that. Okay, so that is all that I have to show for the standard process library. Thank you very much.